Now, humanity went through these stages.
Yes.
Gurdjieff said there are at least seven types of men that we have
Humans.
seen on
Yeah,
Earth,
men. Right.
or humans, yeah. Even
Yeah.
though he said that when Master Jesus Christ, as he called him, because he was a Christian, when
Right.
he came as man number eight. Now I think when he fused himself with the Father, he became true primordial Adam, or he was
Mm,
already fused when he crossed a certain threshold.
right.
But that's too far from ourselves right now.
Right. There,
Mm,
yeah, there, yeah. To my understanding is there's only been one true human, and that has been the
true man
uh
or true
yeah,
Adam.
true man. Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
So far as such, but the like you said, the blueprint is there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, right now, most people fall under these three categories.
Mm,
A sensory motor human, which is
yeah.
someone that is,
Fight or flight human.
yeah, fight or flight human,
Yeah.
mm, survival mode.
Yeah.
They are very visual. They
Right.
have a difficulty in thinking about these subjects. If you speak about this, they will not be
Mm,
interested. They prefer
right.
to eat or to go with the family to the cinema and eat
Yeah.
popcorn.
I got you.
That's someone that is very driven by lower passions.
Mm.
Just live like an animal, reproduce, and die in peace if you can. Now,
That's
there
a
are also
sad story.
very sad.
What
That's
the-
being not even the half of what a true human
Mm,
being can be.
wow.
Other people are more emotional. Mm,
Yes.
they, well, might believe in God or they pray to the Holy One, even, or
Right.
they have faith, but they don't develop their mental skills or even their physical skills. They don't know how to make things or to play an instrument, or
Right.
they are very erratic. Mm.
Got you.
They sense, they feel, but in a very incomplete way.
Right. Right. And these two, these categories, they ain't like solid categories. Like they overlap one another at some
In a,
stages
yes, in a certain sense, even
in
though
a certain
there are always people who are more mental or more
right.
physical or more emotional. It depends on
Right.
your astrological sign, for instance,
Got you.
your trajectory, your education.
Yes. All that.
So I am
That's your
Aquarius.
mixture.
I am mental, but also very emotional. So there is a combination of mental emotion. But right now, well, I'm crossing already the threshold, no?
Yeah,
Because I
beautiful.
integrated mind, heart, body, and I developed
Awesome.
many physical skills, many emotional pathways, emotional intelligence, and
Right.
also expanded my views. So
Mm.
I work on these three in this stage. Now, someone who is just intellectual will just think about many ideas without bringing them to fulfillment. They are very
Mm.
theoretical or philosophical,
Hmm.
and they can have brilliant ideas,
Yeah.
but maybe they are cold, they are lacking a certain emotion that
Yeah.
moves them to act, no?
Right.
And they don't feel themselves comfortable doing physical activity.
Mm.
That's something that for me wasn't a problem because since a child, my dad somehow moved us to be very physical, to
Yeah.
do martial arts or
Right.
to do
Bas
sports.
Football, basketball.
Mhm. Yeah, I played
Yeah.
all of them.
Yeah,
Martial
nice.
arts, taekwondo. I practiced
Yeah.
taekwondo.
Sweet.
But my education was also very emotional. They
Hmm.
were loving parents. In a sense, I cannot complain about them, even though
No.
they have their issues, obviously.
Everybody does that. It's kind of saying, yeah, how they say, really, it's kids raising kids because the first day you have a kid is is the first day the kid's born is the first day you're a parent. So it's
Mm.
all brand new to everybody, even though there's some instincts, so to say, that kicks in, you know what I mean? But so it's really, you're a kid raising a kid, and you kind of grow together, depending on, I guess, where you start emotionally and intellectually and all that also too matters, But
Mm. In a sense, we get what we mm, deserve or what we need
yeah,
because it comes from a line of energetic trajectory. So if someone is born in a dysfunctional family,
right,
maybe they promoted a dysfunctional family in another stage of the timelines.
right,
So the universe simply puts every soul where some work can be done or must be done.
right,
There is no point in complaining. We have to accept what we have and transform from there, especially when you
yes,
listen to the truth,
right, amen,
which is this stage 4.
yep. Work with what you got.
Uspensky wrote about this in Fragments of an Unknown Teaching, describing what Gurdjieff taught. And it's really interesting because he says when you reach this point, you cannot go back. So this may be a difference between Dabrowski's system
Mm.
and this view. There can be a regression, obviously. You can sink yourself into
Oh yeah,
mm, old patterns, but if you
right.
die, if your physical body dies,
Hmm.
your soul picks up where it left.
Mm.
That's very interesting because
Yeah, that is.
it's where the embryo soul must be fulfilled, as Gurdjieff said. No?
Yes.
Happy he who has no soul, happy he who has a soul, but woe and suffering for those who only have an embryo soul.
Mm.
And this is the point 4, where you start working on yourself, you realize there is a deeper truth.
And some work to do.
Mhm. You sense the voice of conscience, so you know what you have to do. And
Yes.
you are even help. People come, they might be an orientation for you, you can work with them. But obviously, there is a huge vacuum here,
Chasm,
chasm.
the
Yes, the
abyss.
abyss.
But yeah, that's crossing the Jordan or the Red Sea. You got to take that leap of faith, so
Mhm.
to say.
Totally. Yes. In our solar system, there is a Kuiper belt and some place it as a symbol of what we have to cross. And also there is a north cloud in the off limits of the solar system. There
Mm.
is a ring of stones. Those are remnants of something that broke in the past because a collision,
Right.
or some say
Yes.
there was a planet,
Mm.
a huge planet. It
Planet
might be
X
no, Planet X is still there.
is
They
rolling
they
around. We
found
just
it.
can't see it. They
NASA,
found it now.
NASA
I
said
lost my
it exists.
planet. I lost my planet. I can't know where I put it.
NASA has been
Ain't that what a kid would do though? That's the intellect of the architect, so to say. They lost their planet. They didn't know where they put it, and all of a sudden it comes circling back around and hits you in the head.
yes. Yeah, NASA found a huge planet in the off
Right.
limit beyond Pluto, which is no longer a planet.
Uh,
At
yeah,
least
it is, and it isn't.
scientifically.
It isn't. It's a dwarf planet. Poor Pluto.
But anyway, in this threshold, we have
Yes.
to work really hard to unify our personality. Once you reach the stage 5, you are a solid personality, so you don't
Wow.
change. I think
Nice.
that's why Dabrowski must have been familiar with the teaching of Gurdjieff because
Right.
it fits perfectly. Mm.
Yeah.
Even in the stages, no, the stage
Yeah.
sensory motor human is
Yeah.
very conventional, no? But the emotional is the one that
Yeah.
feels stress, like in stage 2 of
Yeah.
Dabrowski's system.
Yeah.
And the
Do you
intellectual
think?
human, yes,
Yeah. My apologies. Do you think that maybe sometimes the download is available in a different time and they're just interpreting the download in a different way, but they both received the same information, and or maybe not as full, or maybe their understanding wasn't as full, and that's why they explained it differently.
Yes, that can happen, but in this case, he
Yeah,
knew.
good enough. I got you. Yeah,
But
enough
yes,
said.
there are works of literature that are parallel. There are
Right.
some examples in history. Dudes that connected themselves to the same source. Mm,
Yeah.
or they were
There.
the same
Yeah.
soul. Maybe they were
Right.
part of
Yeah.
the
So it
same
comes from the
oversoul.
same place. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Gotcha.
And in this case, well, the great difference is that Dabrowski just left it here, so to say.
Mm. Right.
But in the teaching of the fourth way, we have to introduce something else, a greater shock in order to transcend the
Yeah.
solar system.
Right.
Because you can be a great personality, like a saint,
Right.
San Francis of
Yeah.
Assisi,
Yeah.
or great personalities in the world. There are five. They can change
Right.
themselves, they can transform their life and
Yeah.
the life of many others, but they cannot
Right.
go beyond certain stage.
Right.
So something else is needed, which is the mental body, the
Agreed.
development of your spiritual qualities. I
Yes.
think this is the stage of Pythagoras, Socrates,
Mm.
Heraclitus, Parmenides,
Right. Right.
Lao Tse. So great personalities with a
Mm.
great spiritual mind,
Right.
and they can even become a transcending
Mm.
man or Adam. I
Right.
think this is the Buddha. The Buddha
Right.
supposedly
Yes.
reached an absolute transcendence of all the stages of mm,
Yeah.
Maya deception,
Yeah.
and is, well, the awakened one, the
Right.
one that
Would Enoch fit in transcending Adam?
I think so.
Because he
Enoch,
was taken up. He didn't die, and he was transcended, taken up.
and according to tradition, he became part of Metatron. Metatron
Right.
is a structure of intelligence that guides
Mm.
mm, humans in many planets, not just the Earth.
Right.
So he became a member of Metatron
Mm.
as a transcending Adam.
Mm.
Elijah, he had a Merkaba, no? Eliyahu.
A
Actually,
macabre is a vehicle, right?
yeah, a vehicle of light. It's when you
Right.
use, when you join the top side of your soul
Hmm.
with the soul that is generated from the body,
Right.
from
Oh,
the
okay.
blood.
The
So
the two and the one.
yes, we bring spirit and flesh and
Mm.
the energy in the flesh together, and this generates a third energy, which is like a vortex that can
Yeah.
take you wherever. It is the Star of David. No, that's
Right.
The
Uh,
Merkaba.
right. That's yeah.
And
That's two triangles, as above, so below, as the inner, as the outer.
mhm.
Yeah.
Eliyahu uh, was the prophet that in those days reached a very deep stage. We are speaking about the
Yeah.
8th century before our era.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
And
That's
he,
Elijah too, then.
Elijah, yes, and
Yeah.
Elijah was able to reproduce his mental body, and
Yeah.
he became a teacher for many.
Wow.
Even Master Yeshua, he had the spirit of Elijah. That's in the
Yeah.
scripture as
Yeah.
well.
Right. Because they asked you, "Who are you?"
John the
Yeah.
Baptist was
Elijah or one of the others. Yeah.
is
Yeah.
not the reincarnation of Elijah. No, no,
I know. I know what you're
he's
saying.
guiding
No,
his
I
guiding
understand.
mind, so to
Yes.
say.
Right. Yeah. Beautiful.
And this makes things easier in a sense because you walk on the shoulders of a giant. But
That's like the patriarchs that come before you, kind of a thing. Like they made a way. They've like the
yes,
path. Like
that's it.
Isha would be the giant, and we're just really walking on his shoulders. He's walking the path, and we're walking on
Mhm.
his shoulders.
Just as he walked on the shoulders of many prophets, because
Right.
if
Yeah.
Abraham seeded the
Right.
seeds of true faith, then
Right.
Abraham, Isaac, Jacob are stages of the soul.
Right.
And
Mm.
then came other prophets, no?
Yeah.
Moshe,
Right.
Yehoshua was the right hand of Moshe that
Right.
unified the 12 tribes. Those are aspects
Yeah.
of the soul. So
Right.
a working process that took 3,000 or 4,000 years after the fall of Adam,
Right.
and Master Yeshua was the seventh, the
Yes,
or
from
the
Adam.
eighth,
Yep.
the
Yes.
eighth, the
Yep.
eighth
Oh, okay.
was
And
the.
that's infinity too.
Mhm.
Yeah, the eighth, you know.
That's contained in this teaching.
Yeah.
It's beautiful because
Right there,
you can
there it
see.
is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because many prophets transcended, they became transcendent.
Right.
Even
Yeah.
Moshe, I think Moshe
Yeah.
did not see the promised land because he didn't need it.
Right. Yeah. And then Yeshua, Joshua took over, right?
Mhm. Yes,
And went into the promised land.
yes, guiding many souls. No?
Yehoshua. Yeah,
Even
got
well,
him in it,
in
right?
the Transfiguration, who are the
Yeah.
characters that are on
Right.
both
Present at
sides?
the yeah. Moses, Elijah, and
Exactly.
yeah, I forget who's the third. Was it just
Yeshua,
oh no, I seen you with Moses and Elijah, right? Yeah.
Moses and Elijah, yes,
Yeah.
represent the
Right.
Nefesh and the Ruach. No?
Ah,
And there were three apostles watching. Those are
right.
the witnesses
Yeah.
on earth, on
Right.
our physical body, the
Right.
mind,
Wow.
and the heart.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. This is
It is beautiful, ain't it? Oh
it
man.
is top teaching. This is nowhere in the internet right now. Not even the super
Well,
Kabbalists.
it's gonna be in about a day or two, maybe three. when
Hopefully.
when thankful to you, you take the time to edit this and do this and all that and do what you're called to do here and now, which is like is beautiful. And even the brother in California, the our older brother in California, he even told you it might not be for right now. It might be for a time later, but you got to at least release it and have it documented so it could
Yes.
be. It's just like rolling the scroll up and putting it in a jar. You know,
Mhm.
it's. But this is what we do in this time. You know what I mean?
Yes,
And
many
it
don't
just
understand that because they get
right,
somehow with the complex of we are just imperfect, we cannot understand. No,
right,
no, we are called to step out.
right.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
true life.
yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
And we receive attacks when we do it. I have received many attacks since
Right.
I started, but here am I. I
Right.
have protection. I have
Well,
the entire
yeah,
cosmos on my side.
there it is. Yeah. Well, he even told you if I was persecuted, what you think they're going to do to you?
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. And you will do greater things. You know what I mean?
I'm
By
not scared
overcoming.
because I have been tortured since I was a child. I know that
Yeah.
many of the
Yeah.
threats, death threats that I've lived since I was a child,
Yeah.
mm, violence, physical violence, all
Right.
was coming from the dark side, and they
Yeah.
couldn't change me.
Yeah. That's awesome, right?
I
Yes.
I had a teacher of taekwondo, of Korean karate, and
Yes.
he had a saying. He used to say, "They cannot beat you," saying you cannot
Right.
be defeated. It's impossible.
Yeah. Well, no, right. And that's true. That's very true in a sense because you you're only defeated when you give up. If you don't quit, if you keeping on, you know what I mean. Keep taking even a little steps are very okay. Little steps in glory because that's how it comes anyway. So it's like you can only beat yourself. Nobody could truly beat you, you know,
Mhm.
unless you let them. And then that's giving up. That's kind of the spiritual soul suicide by giving up and not
Mhm.
doing nothing, you know.
Yeah,
I
that's
know we didn't
something
get
that we have to absorb somehow from, if not the family, from a teacher.
yeah.
I had the blessed privilege to live in a family where my parents were hardworking people and they never
Hmm.
gave up. My mother broke her hips. She fell
Yeah.
and she was years in the hospital with surgical
Wow.
operations. It was very difficult because we could not live as a family for several years. No?
Right.
But my dad was with her always,
Huh.
helping.
Beautiful.
and he served all the members of the family, taking her to work, taking us to the
Right.
school,
Yeah.
making our food. So you can absorb something from that, which is steady work, sacrifice,
Right. Right.
loving, caring for others.
Yeah.
And that's the spirit that I
Yeah.
somehow breathe in my family, even though it
Right.
wasn't easy because my father was very tough.
Right.
He was the ones that if you did something wrong,
Yeah.
slap, an
Right.
unexpected slap, as he was
Right.
sometimes. But he was also a very nice man.
Yeah. But it's all for a reason, though. You know what I mean? Not to say
Mhm,
it's right or wrong and put labels on it, but it's for a reason. It made you who you are. It helped you. It helped
mhm,
you become who you are in your understanding. And even though you can look at it and say, well, that's not right, and I would never do that, but that's a different time and place, and that's just point of that some of that is uh yeah, it's water under the bridge, so to say. Let
mhm,
it flow. You don't want to, because some people could take that and hold that against another, and then it becomes a blockage, it becomes a dam, you know what I mean, which is mad,
mhm,
backwards. So it let the water flow under the bridge.
mhm.
Yeah. I know I don't think we got the number 9 on the Enneagram either, if you want in mind. Or number 8. There's a number. Oh, no, we did. I'm sorry. That was me. I said
Yes.
we started at number 9. My bad.
Yeah, we started in number nine. I
Yeah,
mentioned
I was seeing
slightly
something
number
else.
eight. This is very interesting because mm, to me, number seven is where you really transcend the solar system.
Yeah.
Mr. Gurdjieff said, you can have an immortal soul, but within the limits of the solar system. Now, if you want
Yeah.
to go beyond,
I rem
you need
Right.
something greater
Wow.
because you might be crystallized
Right.
for this solar system, but not
Yeah.
having an astral body crystallized for another solar system.
So yeah.
That's why
So
the
what?
seventh
How?
is the transcending man.
Right. How? When we say solar system, what's our understanding? What's our definition of that?
Solar system for ourselves is
Yes.
our sun.
Or what Gurdjieff meant about existing in have a infinite soul in this solar system. Did you think he meant just the 9 planets or whatever around here, around this
Well,
neighborhood?
he did not think in terms of how many planets there are.
Right,
Obviously, there are nine planets in his days. They were nine,
right, right.
but there can be more because
Absolute. Oh
some
yeah,
traditions
without a
speak about
doubt.
more,
Right,
and those are like thresholds. Actually, there are
right.
teachings in which you have to go through the threshold of the moon,
Hmm.
Mercury, Venus, then Mars.